Okay, so let's begin with our study of general search algorithms, and by this we mean that our goal is to find domain independent problem solving algorithms in a domain independent form essentially. So, the approach that we would take is that we will develop a set of algorithms for solving different kinds of problems. So, for example, algorithm 1, algorithm 2, algorithm 3 shown here, and this is the kind of stuff we want to do when you are doing AI essentially. But if you want to solve real world problems, which means you are doing applications, then what you need to do is to develop the user defined functions of the domain description and the move gen function and the goal test functions, and then plug it into one of the generally available domain independent solutions. So, you have domain functions for domain 1, you may choose which algorithm you will use and so on. So, that is the only thing that you will do, but the task of developing those algorithms is what we want to do in AI. As we said that we are talking about a state space search, which is implicit. There is a set of states, there is a start state and there is a goal state, and somehow you want to reach the goal state. We have also said that the state space search is implicit. The graph is not given to you, you have to generate the graph on the fly using the move gen function. So, what is only given to you is the start state and the goal state, sometimes not even a goal state, but just a goal description. For example, when we talked about the water jug problem, we identified there were 3 different goal states in which you could measure 4 liters. So, you could give a description or you could give a state. We have seen that the move gen function is a domain function that returns the neighbors of any given node n. So, you give a node as an input and it returns to you the neighbors, and we expect that the user will develop this move gen function. We have already mentioned that the maze, for example, can only be seen, you can only see the immediate objects. Whatever the move gen function shows you are the options available to you physically in some sense. We will see that there is a difference between local search and global search. In local search, it is as if you are in a person in a maze, but in global search we will see that we can keep many options together in parallel. Then we have the goal test function, which tells you whether a goal whether a state is a goal state or not, and that should be given to us by the goal test function. We will distinguish between, in our representations, 2 kinds of nodes. One is the nodes that we have visited and tested for goal, and so that is going to be the algorithm. Go to a node and see whether it is a goal node or not. So, the nodes that we have already visited, we will call them seen nodes, and we will put them in a list or a set called closed, and the other nodes are the ones that we have generated by the move gen function, but not visited or not picked yet. These are the candidate nodes, and we will put them in the set or list called open, which is the set of candidates. So, we have 2 kinds of nodes, ones we have visited, ones that we want to visit, or which we have generated, but we have not yet visited. So, search is like a treasure hunt in some sense. Then you are going from node to node looking to see if that is a goal node or not. This approach is called generate and test. You generate a node, you traverse the space by generating new nodes, you generate a node and test whether it is a goal or not essentially, and test each node. So, this is how this general search algorithm will work essentially, and this approach in general is called generate and test. The key question is going to be which node to pick. So, as I said, these purple nodes that you see on the graph, these are the nodes that are on open, or the ones that are candidates which have been generated, but have not been inspected. Which one should you pick next? That will obviously decide how quickly you find the solution, or in some cases even whether you will find the solution or not, as we will see as we go along. But the key question is going to be which node to pick. So, let us look at a tiny search problem, which is a graph where you have this small number of nodes. S is the start node, G is the goal node, and A, B, C, D, E are the other nodes that you can visit essentially. In our diagrams, we have represented the set of neighbors as a list returned by the move gen function. So, if you look at S for example, from S you can go to A or to B or to C. That is what the move gen function should give us, and we have represented this as a list returned when we call the move gen function with the input as S. If we give the input as C for example, then you can see that you can from C you can either go back to the start node S or you can go to the goal node G. So, its output, the move gen function will return S and G to us. So, the move gen function implicitly represents the graph that we want to traverse, and this is a problem that we want to solve. Now, we must distinguish between the state space and the search space or the search tree. In our case, the search space is going to be a tree. So, what do we mean by that? We are going to start from the start stage. So, the root of our search space is the search tree is S. From S you can go to either A or to B or the C. That is the choice that you have to make. So, remember that I said that the key thing is which node to pick from there. Let us say you pick any one of them, you go to from S, let us say you go to B essentially. What can you do from B? You look at the move gen function and it says you can go to either to S or to A or to D. So, in the state space, those are the 3 neighbors of B, but in the search space they will come as 3 successors of B essentially. So, we are talking in the most general way, right. So, you can go from S to B, from B then you have a choice of going to either S to A or to D, then again you have to choose and again you have to choose and that kind of stuff essentially. That is a general idea that the search space is different from the state space. Search space is where the algorithm is searching for the goal node. So, here is our first algorithm, let us call it simple search algorithm. We start by adding S to open. Here we are treating open as a set, but as I said we will eventually treat it as a list. So, you can alternate between that, and the algorithm is as follows. While open is not empty and it is not going to be empty because initially you have put S into that, pick some node from open and let us call that node N, pick some node N from open and remove it from open, that okay, we are going to look at this node. Then we said the algorithm is for generate and test. So, you have picked the node N and now you are testing whether N is true. If N is true, then we return N. Okay, we have found the goal node essentially. Otherwise, what do? We call the move gen function to generate neighbors of N and add those neighbors to open essentially. We will keep doing that either till we exit here by returning N, or if open has become empty by returning failure. So, we will see that in certain situations the way we write the algorithm, it is possible that the open can become empty. In particular, if the state space is going to be finite, then you should not visit, you should eventually end up visiting all the nodes and then there will be nothing new to visit, but the algorithm has to embody that. We will see how that can be done. But this is a simple algorithm which embodies this generate and test approach. Keep adding candidates to open, keep picking some node from open and testing whether it is a goal or not, and keep doing that till you have found the goal node or till open has become empty. In the graph that we drew, the search tree that we drew, it did not look like it is going to become empty because you could go into cycles essentially, and that is a problem with search space, the simple search algorithm one that we said, and this could be the graph explored by this algorithm. Remember that this is a non-deterministic algorithm. We have said pick some node from open. So, this could be one such run of this algorithm. You start with S, you go to A, then you go to S, then you go to B, then you go to S as shown on the left hand side with the colored nodes essentially. On the right hand side, we have seen how the open, if you are maintaining it as a list, will be maintained. You start with S, you remove S from open you add its neighbors A, B, C, then you remove A from open here for example, and then you add its neighbors which will be S, B, D, and so on. So, you keep removing a node from open and testing it for goal of course, and keep adding it to open. But as we can see here, this program is going into cycles. It is going from S to A, from A to S, from S to B, from B to S. So, it is kind of stuck in this part of the search space essentially. And as you can see, open is growing and growing, it is never going to be empty, and it is also possible that this algorithm may never find the goal node. It could just keep going into this cycle forever. That is a problem. How do we address that? One simple way of doing that is to maintain another set, and we have already mentioned it before, called closed essentially. So, closed will be the repository of seen nodes essentially. So, this algorithm is just a modification of simple search 1, except that we have a new set being maintained here called the closed. Initially, it is empty because we have not seen them, but we again pick the node from open, remove it from open, and add it to closed. That is the difference that we are doing here. Again the same thing, test whether n is the goal or not. If it is the goal, then you return n. Otherwise, again call move gen of the neighbors of n, but from the neighbors, remember it is a set, we remove anything that is already in closed essentially. So, we are not going to generate those nodes again which we have already visited essentially. And we have a new algorithm. So, what will this algorithm do? So, when a node is picked from open, it is added to closed, and if a new node is on closed, it is not added again to open. So, that is what we are doing here. How does this algorithm perform for the same problem? It does not add nodes on closed to open. So, the search space is smaller than the search space for simple search 1. So, that is how it is happening. You can see, for example, when we generated the children of A, you went from S to A, then you picked A, and you children of A, then that S that could have been there, because from A you can go back to S, is not added, because now we have this test that before adding, check whether it is on close or not, and because S is on close already and this is the closed list. So, since S is here, it is not added to A. So, this algorithm will explore a much smaller space, and you can see that in this example it would have found the goal node essentially. So, from S to A to B, B to D, every time it goes only to a newer node essentially. At termination, the search tree still has some extra copies of B and D and C, as you can see. So, B is here, but you have already seen B, and supposing we had not found the goal node essentially for some reason, then it would have gone back and tested for B again. Maybe why should we add this node B when it is already present in the closed list? We can avoid doing that, and later we will see whether there is a hidden cost there or not, but that is a possibility. So, let us assume that we will add only the new nodes. So, whenever we generate the neighbors of a node n called by moveGen function, we will not select nodes which are already on open or already on closed. Then you can see that the search space generated is even smaller. Now, because B has already generated, B is already on open and B is a neighbor of A, but now we are saying we will not add B to the child of A. So, the only child of A that we will add is D. Why is that? Because S is already on closed, we will not add S as a child of A. Remember that A has 3 children, S, B and D. S is already on closed, so we will not add S as a child of A. B is already on open, so we will not add B as a child of A. So, the only child we will add is D, and in this manner this search will go forward and find a solution. So, this is a different search space. So, what we are trying to emphasize here is that for the same state space, depending on what algorithm that you are using, it will generate, it will explore a different search tree or different search space. Here each node is added exactly once in the search tree. Now, one problem with this is you wanted to go to the goal node G, but this algorithm is returning edge. So, we said that you do a goal test, and if it is yes, then it only returns that node n essentially. So, it will only give you the node essentially. So, if you look at, for example, the man, goat, cabbage and lion problem, it will say yes, you can reach the other side. It does not tell you how to reach the other side. So, that is what is missing from this thing. It should return the paths to the goal node. What you want is the solution. You want is the sequence of states that will take you to the goal node.
The doubt is, if there is no edge between E and G in the same presented state space graph, and will the symbols search tool will fail?
Simple search is not guaranteed to. Simple search to will succeed. Because we are taking the. See, what will simple search do? It will start with S, add ABC to open. Then it will go to A, let us say, and then it will add D as a add D, and it also add B again, because we are only looking for closed in simple search 2. Then it will add B and D and then E, and then it will essentially, after it has visited A and B and D and E, it will pick C from open at some point, and then it will find the path with E.